Welcome to Ask doTERRA. I'm Kirk Jowers and thrilled to be here with Donovan Mitchell, Jordan Mitchell, and Nicole Mitchell. Donovan, I think everyone has had their holy cow Donovan Mitchell moment. For the casual fan, I think it started with probably the dunk championship when you won that. Can you tell me just a little bit about this journey from maybe not even getting drafted to where you ended up at the end of last year?
Yeah, it was unexpected, a whirlwind. I just thank God for putting me in this position, and I trust my teammates and my coaches and management, kind of having that faith in me to kind of go out there and play, make some mistakes, but make some good mistakes, and then progress was made from every month throughout the season. And, I don't think, when I tell everybody, my goal was to average 8 points and be like the sixth man. I come off the bench and, think I exceeded my own expectations a little bit and pretty much everybody's, but it was crazy. The thing in a word, it was crazy. And I'm just so happy to be a part of the Jazz and then be in Utah because, without them taking the chance on me and trading up for their pick, then this wouldn't be possible.
Nicole, I think the thing though that attracted us more to Donovan than even his kind of superstar basketball skills and all of that was his sense of community and his sense of respect and love for where he is and the gratitude. Can you tell me about your parenting skills? I think everyone in doTERRA is going to want to know how to raise a Donovan and a Jordan Mitchell.
Consistent. I'm consistent with what I say and with the two of them. And also, I'm not always their friend. I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. But we respect each other. And they also know that I'm for them. I'm behind them. And just be a good person and be true to yourself. And
Donovan first, and then you followed up a little bit on it, told a story about making him miss an AAU tournament. He had not done the homework he was supposed to do, in short, and you didn't let him get away with it. I don't think I would have ever dared keep my kid out of that tournament, but it was the exact right thing to do. How do you do the tough things as a parent?
Sometimes it's not an easy thing to do, doing the right thing. And although it was hard for me to have him miss that tournament, I felt better when I went to sleep that night. I was feeling bad for him, but I knew I did the right thing. And I have to be a role model. I can't say one thing and do another. And long term, it's always also about long term. I think if I make my point now, he'll understand the weeks to follow and the months to follow.
So Jordan, as you've heard this story from the two of them, looking back at that and looking forward to decisions that she'll inevitably make that you won't like, how do you cope with a decision that you think is wrong at the moment, or at least maybe a little mean-spirited?
I usually text my brother, then ask him to convince my mom to let me do this certain thing. But if it doesn't work, then I guess I just have to suck it up.
Right.
I guess so.
One thing that everyone in Utah has been so impressed with is just the random acts of kindness that you have done. And if it wasn't for social media, no one would know about them. We've seen you pay for someone's grocery. We've seen you fly someone, a child, to go meet his parents, and it's just too expensive of a ticket. That kind of empathy is unusual even for people in their 30s, 40s, and beyond that have lived through a lot. But how did you get this kind of sense of community and this abundance of giving in your soul?
It was really easy for me, when I had gotten and realized where I am, on the platform that I had. As soon as I got drafted, outside of basketball, I knew that kids were my focal point. I love just being able to give back to kids, because I was that kid. Yeah. So now I'm still that fan on the inside. So now I'm like, all right, these people looking at me this way, let me do for them what I would want someone to have done for me a year ago. So that's really kind of where all this came from. This is all kind of just, I know if I had met the Donovan Mitchell when I was a kid, I would love to take his shoes off his feet. I'd love to take like whatever he had, like, in his car, like that type of stuff. Like I would love to have as a kid, and I would go crazy for it. So I know if I see a little kid ask me to sign his jersey, I'm like, no, I'm not going to sign your jersey. I'll just give you 2 pairs of shoes. Like, just because I can't. I have too many. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like stuff I don't wear, like stuff that I know that will make a kid's day. You never know if I say something like, say, do your homework. You never know how kids are going to perceive that, because you hear it from your parents on a daily basis, but after a while you start to shut it out.
Right.
When the person you look up to says do your homework, maybe you listen. Maybe that next person that I talk to is the next Bill Gates, discover something that we need in this world. And I think people need to use their platform a lot more to inspire kids.
Life has changed for us, but we can't change who we are. And to be mindful of those who were or are in the same predicament in which we were, just to help them. It's just the right thing to do.
It'd be easy for you to say, well, yeah, I've started to make it, but I haven't got my max contract yet. I'll be generous.
Right.
I'll be generous then. I'll be generous, but you decide to be generous now. Did it ever go through your mind? I need to cling to things for a while before I become abundant.
I think the things that I've focused on, it's bigger than the money. It's bigger than, like, yeah, I want to make sure my sister, my mom are set, but I think you just have to be in a place mentally where you're so selfless that things come back. It's just kind of like church. When I go to church, like, you always put the money in the basket. And I always ask my mom, why are we putting so much money in the basket? Like we need it. Like, why? And she said, because God will always find a way to give it back to you. And it was, I wouldn't say scary is the right word. It was a moment where we put $100 in. I went crazy because I was like, we could have so many different things with $100, and we found $200 later that week, just randomly, like in some like in the pocket of something,
Right.
And when that happened, I never asked about putting money in the basket, never asked about that, because I saw it, like firsthand saw like what it does, so for me, it's similar, just like that, like you give, and I'm not saying I give just so I can get, but I give to make others happy. And if it comes back to me, great. If it doesn't happen, then
Any tissue? I'm sorry.
Oh yes, no. That is an incredible. That as a parent, that is like the payoff story of the year.
it's the truth. I used to go crazy over the church thing.
I'm so sorry.
No, thank you so much, Jordan.
How's my makeup? Oh my dear. I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. It's so sincere, and as a parent, it's what you dream of with your kids. That they a lesson.
To hear him say that, it's like, oh, you remembers. Oh wow.
Is sometimes we feel like we aren't. I mean, now he's Donovan Mitchell, the slam dunk champion, the all rookie first team, on and on. So of course he can do things. You're a junior in high school, and yet I heard one story about a text you send that may have changed your brother's trajectory. Can you tell me just a little bit about what made you go to your place of abundance and try to help someone who was in a higher spot?
Well, he was having like really bad gains before that, and then
Seemed to be too happy
Brutally
saying that
honest.
part of it.
I think maybe he was like, he got out of the starting spot or something, and then I was a little bit upset about it, I guess. And then I was like, he must be upset. So I texted him something to say to just not like necessarily forget about it, but just like try to put all that like your anger and just like put it out on the court, I guess.
I think it's just such a great lesson that each of us, no matter our place in the world or our place in a community, we can make such a big difference. And you've each kind of proven that in your own way. So who was the first one to discover essential oils, doTERRA?
I was.
That was you.
For
Yes.
sure.
what drew you to essential oils?
I'm a teacher, and another coworker of mine, she always walk in her little space. She was a tutor, so she had her own little private space, and it just smelled amazing. So she used a diffuser and some oils, and so she would just, leave a little droplet. So we put them inside the heater in our classroom because we weren't supposed to have them. That was my first introduction to the oils. And I'm a little tight sometimes, my personality, and I'm relaxed in my classroom, but with my children and with life, I could be a little uptight, and it helped relax me. Well, I've learned the importance of aromatherapy for me. If I walk by some flowers, I would smell them. I just know how it would just change your mood. It will relax you. Peppermint, lavender, even putting cinnamon in a pot and boiling it so it could the aroma could go throughout the house.
Yeah.
That's
Those
why you
little
did
things.
that.
That's why I did that. Yeah.
Learn new things every day.
So Donovan, where are you on that scale of the young guy who can do anything and looking out for the future?
I've gotten to the point now where I couldn't, if my roles and my expectations were supposed to be at, let's quote unquote, year 5,
Right.
I can't be in year 2 in all the other ways, and as far as taking care of my body, taking care of my skin, my teeth, all the stuff that my mom would say, I finally put into play in like one summer, like one real summer where I had all the cameras in my face, like right now in the interview, like whatever it may be, like I use the facial scrubs. I used that because as a kid, my mom would always put one in our bathroom and it would just be full for months. I would never touch it. And I broke out, like obviously you have acne as a teenager, but I broke out like bad, like it hit me hard, like immediately. And I always came home crying, like, Mom, the girls don't like me, like all that. And, as I started doing it little by little, there's one in my bathroom every day. When my mom comes, it's the first thing she buys. Or when I got the first package, I only took 2 things, the lotion and the facial scrub. I said, you guys can have the rest. This is what I need right here. Like, this is what I use. So
I saw a post that you shared some of the doTERRA products with your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
How did they react?
a lot of them, I actually shared with more than just my teammates. I shared with my chef, who actually knew a lot about the product, because for me, like I said, I really didn't know much. I didn't really use it as a kid. My mom was always using these smells, and I'd be like, what is this? But it smells good, but like, I don't know. So my chef, some of the coaches, some of the players, and I'll keep this a secret, but like it's in the locker room, like it's in the showers, it's in like, so guys notice like the effect that it has, and I put one in my locker, and I just, before the game or whatever I need, I just kind of it brings me back to that home feeling, that mom and sister feeling, to get you when you're having a tough night, or it kind of brings you back to that mellow
Nicole,
place.
do you dare tell us what those essential oils are that you put in there? Is that like a secret? Are we afraid that some 12th man's going to become Donovan with those smells in his locker room?
It's a combination. It's on his sheets too. He just doesn't realize it.
It's everywhere. Like as soon as I can tell, like my mom has been in my house, and so that's why I knew it.
Like cleaning up regimen.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Donovan, Jordan, Nicole, thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us. We're grateful to have you a part of the doTERRA community that spans the globe. Grateful for the lessons you've helped us learn or remember, and I hope you have an incredible second half of the season. And
Thank you.
And good luck in everything you're doing, Jordan and Nicole. And it's exciting, and it's an honor to be with you today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.